Hello everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about the latest earnings of Intellia Therapeutics release today after market. I want to talk about, actually before the market opened at 7:30 a.m. today. I do want to talk about the second quarter financial results, a couple of comments made from the company, where they're at right now with their pipeline. I think there are a couple of tidbits there that we want to talk about. Of course, NTLA, in my opinion, is the number 2 CRISPR company in this space because of the number of patients they've dosed, because of what they're doing with in vivo, and of course, with their amazing leadership. Some may argue they're the number 1, but they're definitely top 3, at least, I think, for most people in this space anyways, unless you really hate this company or you really favor another CRISPR company, like 3 other company. I mean, I can't really name of 3 total CRISPR company that you could put above NTLA right now as we speak in the month of August of 2022. And of course, by the end of this year, a lot will change for this company as well. So that's why I want to talk about this earnings report. So it looks like they're updating us on, first of all, on their NTLA 2001 program. Nothing crazy about the update. It's just basically stating that they've selected their dosage. They're going forward with the dosage. We already know that. We already know it's 80. The figure is 80. I think 80 milligram per kilogram there for their dosage. So we already know that. Yeah, so they're talking about the upping, they're giving that update that they gave for that dosage. We already have that. Okay. So now they have planned to actually present data for their second program, NTLA 2001, which is treating a different disease, HAE, still in vivo. So we're going to get data for that. So that's going to be exciting. We'll see where we go from there. I'm going to be very excited because now it's not just NTLA 2001, which is a massive success. It's gotten a lot of popularity. That's literally the reason why it is a top 3 CRISPR company. But with this data, by the end of this year, they could bump up to number 1, I'll be honest with you, because it's a separate disease there. I mean, you're still using in vivo, you're still using the same type of mechanism, but it's still amazing what they're doing, right? I mean, 1 program may be a fluke, but 2 program is not a fluke, right? 2 program it's not just lucky. This is where skills, especially in the CRISPR space, because the only company that is doing this right now is CRISPR Therapeutics, that has more than 2 successful programs. And when I mean that, I mean like patient number of those and a good set of data. I would argue even CRISPR Therapeutics doesn't have that. I mean, they have CTX001, but even their other programs that they have ongoing, it's not really successful right now. There's no really de facto, okay, this is going to be FDA approved. I mean, we're still getting data. The jury's still out for those. So we'll see what happens with NTLA 2001 if they can get there. But of course, we could make the statement if NTLA 2001 is good by the end of this year. NTLA 2002, if it's good by the end of this year or even by 2023, once we get further data, I think we can solidify that thesis that they have at least 2 successful programs. In my opinion, they'll be, I guess, the first CRISPR company to do so, right? Pivoting to NTLA 5001, this is one of their milestones as well. They talked about it in their corporate presentation there. Nothing new here. Again, if you guys are curious about their pipeline, if you just click on their website, you go to pipeline, you see all their programs here. Like I said, NTLA 2001, 2002 are the big focus right now. But they also have 2003, 3001, and of course NTLA 5000 as well, 5001. So we take a look at it here, ending the second quarter right now, as we speak, with $907 million cash in the bank. That's amazing. That's really good. That's a good amount of money to have, especially in a recession, right? They're going over the data here. I want to take a look at really something quick, because now they're giving us the cash in the bank there with 907. But if you take a look at the expenses, right? How are we going to do this? So let's take a look at the net loss, right? So if they lost about 100 million, that's a good figure, a good round figure. So 100 million for the second quarter, and let's just assume whatever, it's 400 million a year, right? You do that times 4 because there's 4 quarters. Just don't assume for inflation. Don't assume for increase headcount, increase expenses, which obviously is bound to happen. I mean, we could do that actually. Let's do that example, right? Let's say, from 100 million, let's say you add 10% to that, because next year it's going to be, basically inflation and so on. You're basically saying 440. So technically, you could go basically next 2 years without making a single dollar, without raising a single dollar from the public markets, and you could survive with $907 million cash. Now, obviously, they're going to make income. Obviously, in the next 2 years, we're hoping the NTLA 2001 may get FDA approval, because CTX001 is on its way from CRISPR Therapeutics by the end of this year, early 2023. By that logic, of course, in the next 2 years, we're going to get something as the FDA approved. And by then, you may get a revised deal with Regeneron and so on, more partnerships. So, of course, you're not going to get just $0 in the next 2 years. But if for the worst case scenario, you don't get a single penny, well, you can at least survive 2 years, which means by 2024, August 4th, this company should not be sweating. But after that, they'll definitely be sweating because they need to make some sort of money, right? Obviously, they're going to be raising cash there if they can make some revenue from partnerships, which I think they will. But so this company is doing really well. NTLA is doing very well, guys. No negativity, nothing to pick from me. I mean, I went over their earnings really quickly previously making this video. I didn't really find anything. Some good comments here from the CEO. Again, great leadership there from NTLA. Everything they've done so far since basically 2021, the month of June, when they first released their earnings, first data for NTLA 2001. I think everything they've done since then. The only, I would say, asterisk I'd love to see them talk more about is base editing, right? So I don't know if are they talking about base editing here? I don't know. They're not talking about base editing. I would love to see them talk about base editing a lot more, because I know they did file for patents there for their base editors. Ark Invest had tweeted about that. I just don't know where it went. I have no updates on it. The company hasn't given us updates. If I take a look at their press release, I haven't seen anything there about base editors. I would love to see where they stand with the base editors. Not that it changes my thesis of this company. I just think it's maybe an extra couple of extra points for this company, right? The fact that they're going forward with base editors, although we all think Beam Therapeutics is king in that space. And no, if they can get it approved, patented, I mean, what do you want me to say? They have a path for using base editors, which I think is amazing, right? We'll see what happens with that. That's just speculation on my end. But I'd love to see an update on that. But again, great update from this company so far on NTLA 2001, NTLA 2002. I would love to see that data by the end of this year. I mean, this is going to be in the next 3 months, right? You're not going to get data by mid or end December, right? Hopefully. So we'll see what happens. Curious to see what you guys think about this quarter. Lots of earnings calls this week and last week. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you found value, subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.